all the prices will increase, like that. So many theories were made. But none of us worried about ourselves. How we are destroying our own self. How destruction of self is happening. See, Lord is given this material body, especially human form, for certain purpose. We forgot that purpose and we are deviated. Everybody want enjoyment or happiness. Because suppose I'll give you one example. A beggar who is eating a stool, if you ask him, don't eat stool, will he listen? Because hunger is there. His pleasure is eating in stool. At least somehow he has to mitigate the hunger. To that, he is eating stool. There are real instances are there. Some roadside beggars, they are eating stool. Some people have seen that and they started annadana. There are stories are there like that. See, his pleasure is there on eating stool. But eating stool really gives pleasure. One who is eating 3 meals a day, will he eat a stool? In the same way, a living entity also wants pleasure, transcendental pleasure, which is his nature. By nature, living entity enjoys the transcendental pleasure. But we don't know what is the transcendental pleasure. So we are after temporary happiness, temporary pleasures. Temporary pleasures like sex life, temporary pleasures like boozing, gambling. Some people take pleasure in gambling also. And eating meat gives pleasure. Yes or no? And these pleasures mixed with something. They are alloyed with something. Why they are alloyed? If you eat meat continuously together, you develop some disease. And a living entity cannot sustain on meat. To meat, he wants something else also. Only meat he can eat and sustain? No. He wants some biryani, some rice, something chapati, roti, whatever it may be. That also he wants. But he can't consume only meat. That meat has to be cooked, some masala has to be added, something and all. But raw meat, nobody can digest. See, that is the thing. And it creates disease. Then intoxication, everybody knows. If you drink, your liver will spoil. Yes, these are alloyed happiness. If you do this one, and it ends in the distress. Illicit sex life ends in some distress. Yes or no? No need to explain. If his wife got to know he's in with relation with some other wife, what will happen? Immediately divorce, fighting, harassment. They'll put a cases against him. He's torturing me. What is that case number? Something is there, no? Women cases, something are there. Every pleasures in this material world like this ends up in the distress. So they are alloyed with some distresses. Yes or no? Yes. But a living entity doesn't want this alloyed happiness. It wants unalloyed, without mixing anything. That happiness, that transcendental happiness, a living entity wants. Unalloyed comes if you take a steel and mix it with iron. It's called alloyed. Unalloyed means without mixing anything, produce a material. It's called unalloyed. In the same way, without mixing anything, be happy. Which gives, Shastra says, normally, Atyantika dukkha nivrutti. Atyantika means ultimate. Atyantika means what? Ultimate. Dukkha means distress. Nivrutti means ends or finishes. Living entity wants this unalloyed, this Atyantika dukkha nivrutti. That happiness he wants. Material dukkha has to end by enjoying that happiness. By feeling that happiness, this material dukkha has to be ended. That happiness living entity desires. All of you agree with me? Yes or no? Yes? Yes. Anybody want mixed happiness? We want to be happy for half an hour. After half an hour, we want to sit and cry. You want? Anybody want like this? 1 hour we want to be happy. Later I want to sit and cry nicely. Yes? No. But every living entity want this one. Atyantika dukkha nivrutti. By feeling that pleasure, entire material dukkha has to be finished. And there should not be no more birth, death, old age, disease and all. So, that is only possible when one approaches a spiritual master. Otherwise, it's not possible in this material world. My own self, I invent some method and I'll be happy, my dukkha will be relieved. No, it's not possible like that. Then Shastra says, one should approach a spiritual master who is self-realized, who comes from a parampara, like Srila Prabhupada, our dear loving spiritual master, His Divine Grace, Abhay Charanarvinda Bhakti Vedanta Swamy Srila Prabhupada. Like this spiritual master, he has to approach and he has to serve him, seek guidance from him, surrender to him, and whatever he says, you just follow. Following the instructions of the spiritual master will make us come out from this atyantika dukkha nivrutti. That is the ultimate thing for ending our miseries, surrendering to the spiritual master. See, nowadays, surrendering means it's very difficult. Nobody want to surrender. Even in our offices, we don't want to listen to our boss. Whatever we think right, we want to do. But there, because they have some power, they'll make us, you just do, that's all. There is no love in between manager and his worker. Yes or no? Loving relationship is there in between your manager and yourself. You are exchanging loving relation. Yeah, you please do this and finish. If you are feeling sick, you go and take rest. Is he telling, your manager is telling like this when you are working? Anybody has got any experience? If you ask for leave, they don't give. For genuine reason, if you ask for a leave, they don't give. No, how can you go now? No, don't go. You just go for 1 or 2 days. Last time with folk boys, I went to a trip, Vrindavan. There one folk boy is telling, he asked for a leave, he want to go for Vrindavan trip. His manager denied. No, he has got so many leaves. Not that he finished, he used all his leaves. No, he has got so many leaves, it seems. Last year also he didn't use. So many leaves are there. Still his manager denied. No, I can't give you. I'll give you only 2-3 days. That's all. He gave 3 days. In the train when he is traveling also, he opened his laptop and he logged in and is working. This is the loving relationship in between the manager and the worker. Is this loving, do you think? No. But when you surrender to a spiritual master, there is a loving relationship in between Guru and his disciple. If you say something, he accepts, he forgives. If you commit some mistake, he forgives. Spiritual master, he forgives so many mistakes. See, there are some devotees, during when Srila Prabhupada is physically present, they committed abnormal mistakes, not normal mistakes, abnormal mistakes they have committed. Still Srila Prabhupada said, okay, no problem, you just stay here and just sit in the temple and just chant, that's all. If you commit one mistake, your manager will say, it's okay, no problem. No, you have to work hard. Day and night you sit and work and rectify that mistake. He say like that. Never say, without I'll provide you food and all, you just sit and chant, he'll say. That is the loving relationship in between Guru and his disciple. That's how Srila Prabhupada ends our Atyantika Dukkha Nivrutti. Then what he will do? He'll guide us how to surrender to the lotus feet of the Guru, Krishna. A genuine Guru diverts all his disciples to the lotus feet of Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Shri Krishna. That is the genuine thing. Then, if you take, again we'll come to this thing. Then afterwards what he'll give? He gives a cultural spiritualness And he gives in such a way that we'll culture in that society and develop our spirituality. Any spiritual progress will be culturally rests on these four things. What is that? Any spiritual organization or a society, if that spiritual society has to progress means they rest on these four things. Shastra is telling four pillars. That is austerity, truthfulness, cleanliness and mercy. Austerity means tapasya. Truthfulness means we should not lie. We should be honest to our spiritual master. And cleanliness means we should be clean inside and outside. Inside our mind also we should be clean. We'll come here nicely and we'll chant. After going outside, we'll speak about everything nonsense. No, that is not clean of the mind. We should be clean inside our mind and outside the mind. Outside means we should take bath every day without missing. At least 2 times. Morning and evening one should take his bath. Shishi Radha Govind ki, Nita Gaurang ki, Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada ki. Outside cleanliness means taking bath every day without missing. There are people who don't take bath every day. They'll just spray something and that's all. No. One should take bath every day. That is outside cleanliness. And mercy. And we should be merciful to all the living entities, not only to human beings, to all the living entities. Mercy means especially daya. Then Shastra is telling, if anybody is doing some activities, these 4 things will finish in his heart. What is that 4 things? Austerity will be killed when you take intoxicant materials. Austerity will be reduced in you when you take an intoxicating materials like boozing alcohol, consuming alcohol, or what else is the drugs, all these things. When you are taking these things, your body no longer supports for any austerity. Your body will be weakened. If any person, if he is consuming a drugs and if he suddenly stops, what will happen? His body will be shivering. A threshold point will be there. After that, his hands will be shivering. His mind will be disturbed. His body and mind both will be disturbed. Yes or no? So, like that, and he cannot fast on any day. Ekadasi one is supposed to fast. That he cannot do. Those who are consuming alcohol, all these things, slowly it will come down. When he is addicted to intoxication. So, truthfulness will go away when you gamble. Gambling, especially cricket betting, is so famous nowadays. I don't think so. I don't know actually, but is it famous or not? Yes. Yes? Cricket betting, playing cards. When you're gambling like that, your heart will love, whether it will win or not. Cricket match will be there for how many hours? For 8 hours? 8-9 hours? I don't know exactly. 7 to 9 hours? Yes or no? 8 hours? Maybe some 6 to 9 hours will take? Okay, 6 to 9 hours. You betted on one cricket match and your heart will be loved up. And inside it may lose. Sometimes it may win. Like that. That tension will be there, no? You see? Yes or no? You will be so tensed. Whether I'll get my money back or not. This tension you want, and you paid money and you are purchasing tension. How fool we are. See, we pay money and we'll purchase happiness. Okay, we can think at least he's an intelligent person. And we are paying money and we are purchasing tension. So fool we are. See, like that, then we lie. When you are gambling, yes, somebody asks, after losing, if somebody asks, do you bet on that match? No, I didn't bet. Because if you say yes, they'll see, oh, you lost your money. And we are gambling because you have to win. You'll lie and you'll do some cheating. In playing cards, they'll cheat, no? They'll hide some cards, all these things. so much cheating, and because of this, truthfulness in our heart will come down. Then, cleanliness. Anybody who is addicted to illicit sex, the cleanliness in him will come down. Illicit sex means extramarital affairs. Okay? Then mercy. And one who is eating meat every day and is seeing goats are there, everything is there when they are cutting, and they are struggling to exist. They struggle so much, especially if you visit, at least if you just see a video of a slaughterhouse, you'll just give up the meat eating. No need to do anything else. You just see how they'll process in the slaughterhouse, how the live animals will go and how they'll cut and how the meat will come out. The flesh will come out. You just see the video. That's all. Meat your meat. One video is there, no? In the folk also we have, right? If you see that video, you'll give it up. That's all. Why? Still in our heart, that mercy is there. That's why we'll just easily give it up. When any living entity is feeling pain, what we'll do? We'll immediately feel some sorrowful. Yes, no, we should save. I'll just give one example. Because of some forest fire or something, some rabbit or some chicken got caught in that fire. What we'll do? We'll try to help them. Yes or no? The chain chicken is hanged in outside a shop and they are burning. What we'll do? Very tasty we'll feel. The same thing when it is burning outside, we are feeling sorrowful. The same thing when it is burning in the shop, meat eating shop, we'll feel very very tasty, nicely is making. See, that daya will slowly come down by consuming meat. Yes or no? Like that, if anybody is doing these activities, his spiritual culture will come down slowly. So, we should develop these things and we should not commit these 4 regulative principles. What is the 4 regulative principles? Loudly. Okay. No meat eating, no gambling, no illicit sex, no intoxication. Then, because we have born as a human being, we have high responsibility. If we would have born an animal, we have less responsibility. Because animal, they don't commit sin. They'll just burn, they'll sin, and they'll progress to human life. A fish is there. A fish eats another fish. It don't incur sin. Because all the animal forms are meant for burning the sins and elevate in their life. Like Jalajana, Lakshani, Stavara, Lakshvimsati. These 8.4 million species are there. They'll elevate one after one. Then they'll come into human form of life. Then that's how human form of life has given high responsibility. For a better understanding, I'll give one good example. In a government office, a collector is there. And in a government office, a office boy is there. Both are government officers only, government workers. Yes or no? If you see the facilities given to collector, what the facilities given to collector? Nice chamber with AC, a luxurious house, a good car, and many servants for him, many assistants in his work are provided from the government. Yes or no? And for an office boy, will they provide a house? I don't know, they may provide a minimum house, maybe 1 BHK, something very minimal, not that luxurious house. But they don't provide any vehicle. Yes or no? And they'll give any assistance for him, office boy also, any assistance for him, less facilities. Yes or no? In the same way, for animals, all these things, their consciousness is very less. For them, less facilities. Less responsibilities, sorry, not facilities. Less responsibilities for animals. Because they are less, their consciousness is very limited. They'll just burn their karma and they'll elevate in their life of birth, death and old age disease, this cycle. They'll progress to another species of life. But for human being, is elevated in consciousness, yes or no? He has got higher consciousness. If I call the dog and sit in the Bhagavatam class, I'll tell the dog, you are not this body, a spirit soul. Will the dog listen? No, it don't listen, it will bark. It know only how to bark. And it know only how to protect the house. That's all. Their consciousness is limited to that. But human being, if I call him and give an example, you are not this body, you are like this, you have to do this, don't do this, do's and don'ts. Will he understand or not? Will he understand? Yes, he'll understand. That is the elevated consciousness. That's why high responsibility is given for the human form of life. Those who got the human form of life, instead of going all these enjoyments and temporary pleasures, these are alloyed pleasures, please don't go, I suggest please don't go about these alloyed pleasures and just stick to unalloyed transcendental pleasure of devotional service and progress and end this human form of circle. Yes, if you end this life, we should, if you at all you are getting another body, you should desire to get such a body that will never die. We should desire to get a spiritual body that will never end. It will be there ever youthful. They are ever happiness. That happiness is pervaded in this material world like a small drop. A human being wants a happiness of ocean, but we are getting just a drop of happiness. Yes, in this material also there is happiness, but only a drop. Just for understanding. If you taste a salt water of a ocean, little drop of a salt water of ocean, it will be salty. We know that a ocean is salty. But a huge ocean is there. Like that huge happiness is there in the spiritual world. Okay, before ending this one, today is Deepavali. Deepavali means a festival of lights. Deepa means light, Avali means a series of lights are kept. In Deepavali, in Krishna's life also, there are two instances happened. One is Damodara Leela happened on Deepavali. When 5 to 10 minutes I'll just take and finish. When Krishna is there in Gokula, one day Krishna felt hungry. So he approached Mother Yashoda. That time Mother Yashoda engaged in churning the butter because all other servants are engaged in different household duties. So she has taken up the duty of churning the butter personally and she is churning the butter. Then Krishna suddenly approached her and he asked for milk. Then Yashoda Devi, with so much love, she has taken Krishna and she started feeding. Yashoda has got such a love that milk, it's just coming out of the mouth of Krishna. Because she has got so much love, milk is overflowing from the mouth of Krishna. That much love she has got. So suddenly she has observed milk is over boiling and it's coming out of the pot. So she kept Krishna aside and she went to attend that milk pot and just lifted from the stove and kept aside and she came back. Being this time, Krishna became very angry. How come she kept me aside? She's feeding me. How come Yashoda Maya can kept me aside and she can go for attending another household work? He felt very angry and just took a stone and he broke the butter pot. And not only that, he ate all the butter and he started distributing the butter and standing a wooden mortar grinder. It was a tilted grinder. He is just standing on that and distributing butter to all the monkeys also. Krishna is very naughty. Then what happens? Yashoda came and saw their butter pot was broken. She understood Krishna broke the pot. And she went ahead and she observed that Krishna is distributing butter also. Then she got angry. She has taken a whip. And she is slowly, very slowly, she is going behind the Krishna to catch. Krishna knows he is the Paramatma. Somehow she has seen, if my mother is coming behind me, immediately started running. Yashoda Mata also, she started chasing Krishna. Then Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Anybody cannot catch him. Rishis and all, to approach Krishna is very difficult after performing so many years of the austerity. But Yashoda has got innumerable love. She has got so much love. So with that love, she is running behind Krishna. So at one point of time, Krishna is not exhausted, but Yashoda Maya, because very little huge body, she got exhausted. Sweat is coming out of her body. So she stopped. Then Krishna says, okay, you can catch me. Then she immediately catched Krishna, and for your offense, I'll tie you to wooden mortar grinder. Then she has taken a rope and started tying around the belly of Krishna. In the Sanskrit, belly means Udara, rope means Dama. That's how Krishna has got the name Damodara, because a rope was bound around his belly. So he has got the name Dama Udara, Damodara. Then when she started tying, when she thought of tying, the rope is just 2 inches less. She thought, okay, I'll bring another rope. She brought one more rope and she tied. Again she started surrounding his belly, again 2 inches less. Like that, she went inside the house, searched all the ropes and brought and tied. Still 2 inches is less. Then again she tired. Then Krishna thought, okay, my mother tired so much, now I'll allow her to bind me. When he allowed like that, she could bind the Krishna. Otherwise, the entire universe is there in his stomach. How anybody can bind him? It's not possible. You just see, first when one rope is 2 inches less, then after tying second rope also 2 inches less, third rope, fourth rope, 100th rope also 2 inches less. She is unable to understand how 2 inches less. That Yogamaya covers her knowledge to feel Krishna is his own son and to tie him. When she is fatigued or tired, then Krishna accepted. Krishna bound to the love of Yashoda, not to the rope. Krishna bound to what? Love of Yashoda, not to the rope. This pastime happened on Deepavali. So, entire Kartik month, Gauda Vaishnava Kartik month starts from Ashvija Purnima, ends on Kartika Purnima. This entire month, we'll celebrate life festival. We'll offer Damodara a ghee lamb. How many of you attended last 15 days? I don't know. At least I request another 15 days is there. All of you please come and participate in the temple. Okay. This pastime happened. And one more pastime. Because of this we'll celebrate Deepavali. That also happened on Deepavali day only. That Narakasura or Bhaumasura, he kidnaps 10,100 beautiful women from all the places. Entire earth he kidnaps and keeps with him. Then Lord Indra, who is king of heaven, comes to Lord Krishna's palace and complains about Narakasura. Because of him we are facing so many troubles. He is kidnapping so many women and is creating so much disturbance even in heavenly planets. So please go on kill him. Then immediately Krishna, he has taken Satyabhama and he called Garuda. Satyabhama and Garuda together, they flew to the palace of Bhaumasura or Narakasura. Then he just blew his conch shell. As soon as Krishna is entering, Narakasura court palace walls are so huge it seems. As soon as Krishna entered, he broke all the walls. Then Krishna blew his conch shell. Then Narakasura came out. They both started fighting. Narakasura, all the army Krishna killed. Narakasura has got friend by name Mura. Krishna killed him. He has got so many heads and he killed all his mouths and all. He killed him also. Then Narakasura personally came and fought with Krishna. And Narakasura is about to defeat. And Narakasura has taken a special trident to kill Krishna. Before he applies that trident, Krishna immediately released his Sudarshan Chakra. It went and cut at the Narakasura's head and he got killed on Naraka Chaturdasi, a day before Deepavali day. The next day, Krishna and Satyabhama reached Dwarka. Then that day, all the inhabitants of Dwarka and then all the inhabitants of the earth also, by hearing this news of Narakasura has passed away, they celebrated festival. They lit the ghee lamps in their houses and they celebrated a festival by burning crackers, all these things for glorification of Krishna. Deepavali crackers can be burned in the glorification of Krishna, not for our pleasure. Okay? Okay? I'll stop here. If anybody has got any questions, one or two, I'll try to answer. Okay. గ్రంథ శ్రీమద్ భాగవతం కి జగద్గురు శ్రీల ప్రభుపాద్ కి.
శ్రీకృష్ణుణ్ణి చేరుకోవడానికి, కృష్ణ భక్తిని అందరికీ అందించటానికి బృందావనం వైపు ఉరకలేస్తున్న యమునోత్రి. విష్ణుపాదమే తన పుట్టినిల్లుగా కైలాసం చేరుకోవడానికి పరుగులు తీస్తున్న గంగోత్రి. కురుక్షేత్ర ఘోరహత్యా పాపం శంకరుణ్ణి శాంతపరచడం లక్ష్యంగా పాండవులు నిర్మించిన కేదార్నాథ్. సమస్త సాధు పుంగవులకు, ఋషులకు, ఆధ్యాత్మిక సాధనకు స్ఫూర్తినిచ్చే నరనారాయణులను నడయాడిన ప్రదేశం బద్రీనాథ్.
హరే కృష్ణ గోల్డెన్ టెంపుల్ వారి మరో అపురూప కానుక హరే కృష్ణవాణి ఆధ్యాత్మిక మాసపత్రిక. ఇప్పుడు మొబైల్ యాప్ ద్వారా కూడా సులభంగా పత్రికలు చదువుకునే సౌకర్యం, వార్షిక సభ్యత్వం, భగవద్గీత, భాగవత ప్రవచనాలు, స్ఫూర్తి సందేశాలు, ఇంకా మరెన్నో సదుపాయాలతో హరే కృష్ణవాణి మొబైల్ యాప్ నేడే డౌన్లోడ్ చేసుకోండి. మరిన్ని వివరాల కోసం కాల్ చేయండి 9133